Just dab the brakes. Whoa! Big curb. Very big curb. Don't touch the big curbs. Hey guys, Adrian Racing here, back today with another video. So this weekend is the Nurburgring 24 hours, and for me it is my favourite event of the year. Over 130 cars take on the fearsome green hell in a test of both endurance on your vehicles and on your drive. Everything from GT3 cars to Dacia Logans to the based Opel Manta. Race for 24 hours through day and through night, through weather that can range from brilliant sunshine to torrential downpours just from one end of the circuit to the other. And I thought, in honour of the N24 being this weekend, I should make a video on it, and a few ideas circulated around my head, but finally I settled on an idea that I've been thinking of for a while, but I'm a little bit late to the party, and that is the historic Nurburgring DLC pack for AMS2. Now, AMS2 is a sim that I don't particularly drive ever. In fact, this will be the first ever video on this channel from AMS2. But I thought that it would be the best demonstration to take some 70s GT cars around the 70s Nordschleife, and to spice it up a bit, we'll be in VR. So, enough of me rambling on. Torque is cheap and simulated petrol is, well, free, but that's besides the point. Let's jump straight to the track and I'll see you guys there. Alrighty then, here we are at the Nordschleife. 3-lap race coming right up. This is going to be a fun one. It's going to be a hectic one, but I'm going to love it all the same. And away we go. And already, just look at the power of them Corvettes. The 13 and the 8 come storming either side of us. And now turn 1. Let's just take it nice and easy here. See if we can just try to find a gap to slot the car into. We can. It's on the outside of the number 1 and the number 69 Martini and Brumos liveries. Just going to try and slot our way through here. Come on, find a gap, find a gap, find a gap. There we go. Now plant the throttle. And we get a very nice run on this 69 car. We're going to block off the outside. But the 61, I think, behind us is going to try and find a way through. Going to duck into the slipstream. Those Corvettes ahead. That Brumos Porsche has gone very, very early on the brakes, as we probably should have if we send it up the inside. And now on to what we all recognise as the Nordschleife, the Northern Loop. This is where Spitzschmitzkurve is nowadays. And now down the hill into Hatzenbach. Just dab the brakes. Whoa! Big curb. Very big curb. Don't touch the big curbs. Alrighty, here we are at the Nordschleife. 3 laps to go. And the race has begun, and already we are swamped by those Corvettes. I think that's a little taster for things to come. But anyway, up to the first corner, a corner that you may not recognise on the modern Nordschleife layout. This is the cut through that cuts out the Südschleife as that Corvette decides to go a little bit rallying. The Südschleife added about 10 kilometres to the old school circuit, and then in about 1984, that was decommissioned, turned back into public roads, and the new, what is now known as the Grand Prix circuit, was built in the remains of it. Excuse me. And now up to corners that you may recognise as we head through this left-hander. At the end of this long straight, we can brake so much later than them Corvettes, so much deeper. Really attack that middle pedal hard enough as we get Biff from behind. I say Biff from behind, I probably turned on his nose a bit there. And now, where you might recognise we are. This is Sabine Schmitzkurve, the beginning of what is now the Northern Loop, what is now turn 1 of just the Nordschleife. And now through this right-hand kink, a lot tighter than it is in the modern circuit, and a lot less runoff than we have to play with now. Down to third, down to second for the section of Hatzenbach. Lots of understeer, lots of oversteer. This Porsche's a right beast to drive. Got to really try and get the weight in the right places, it being rear-engined. Get too much weight on the nose and the rear goes. You get too much weight on the rear, you get understeer. It's all about finding that balance, and that balance is found with one simple thing, your right foot, as we go very wide and graze that hedge there on the outside, which is just absolutely nuts to say. Nowadays you say, oh, graze a tyre barrier, graze the arm coat. No, you graze a hedge. Oh, big twitch from that number 8. As he head over flue plants as he goes wide onto the grass, and we get a very nice run. Those Corvettes really don't like turning at high speed. As we absolutely miss 5th gear there. But boy, do they have some power, as we could just wave goodbye. We are giving our Porsche everything we have. That 3-litre, 330 horsepower, flat 6. Singing at 8,500 RPM as we absolutely money shift. Our damage is off for this because AI likes to do silly things. So we don't fancy driving around with some bent steering as we go underneath the hill. And now down the hill into Foxhole. That was a bit optimistic from me there, I will admit. And that Martini livery, I better not try and get too optimistic. There's a big bump on the inside. You see it, car spitting our car to the outside as the Corvette goes very slowly. I do apologise for that murder, but we make it through in one piece. And now into Adenauer Force, sorry. Slow, clumsy, understeery, tedious. And then we can get back on the power. Already past the 7-kilometre mark in the modern circuit. Into the sequence of double left-handers here. First one high speed, second one mid speed. Lots of camber on the inside we can use though before the car goes over the crest, and that sun is absolutely blinding us in the sky. We try and sneak a wheel up the inside. Yes, we can. And do have a watch out for that sun because, well, I'm sure you'll wait and see as we get on in the video now through Piff Paff. Are we clear? Yes, we are. We made ourselves clear. Miss, hit, miss, or in my case, miss, miss, really miss. And now there's Hyphen, probably the only bad corner on the circuit. Oh, hello Corvette. Is that Corvette on our outside? I think that was. Tried to give us a little nudge. And how cool, excuse me for 1 second, in VR, how cool is that? You can see the exit of Exmüller up there, which is where we're going to be heading in a minute's time. You can check there's no accidents, there's no big pile-ups, at least not yet, because I haven't got there. And now the corner in question, Exmüller. Porsche got bad exit. I tried to go for the switchback, but he got such a bad run. Dust being kicked up by the Corvettes ahead of us. And the Corvette to the left of us using his big V8 to try and power past us. Small lift, but a big break for Bergwerk. Now we did a good exit out of here. Are we clear on the left? Yes, we are. We make that move on the Corvette, on the Porsche, sorry. And now the shadows I'm noticing are starting to get a little bit longer. The track just starting to darken a little bit. 5th gear. Very nice run. Now these cars are a bit, doing some spicy things up ahead, so I'm just going to give them a little bit of space. Don't really fancy having a massive accident up here, especially when you look to the left, and the only thing protecting them spectators right now is a wooden fence. There is absolutely nothing except some 2x4 plywood to stop me from murdering a family of 4 on their fun Sunday out to the Nordschleife. As we are 2x2, and I'm just going to try and find a place to slot in, maybe get past a couple of these cars into this next right-hander, but I think probably our best bet is just to try and stay behind. Saying that, Mr. number 16 wants to give us the inside line. And we do manage to make that move stick as we get very wide to the outside. And look to our right, and the sun is blinding us as we head into the carousel. And they are too wide, and number 6 is forced to the outside. Maybe we think about a move. Not quite close enough. And now on to what is the best section of racetrack anywhere in the world. The final sector of the Nordschleife. Lefts, rights, mid-speeds, crests, off camber, on camber. Every combination of every racetrack anywhere in the world can be found here. And the number 9 just gifts us the inside. I know there's a Corvette backwards. He's not having a good day. He's going to be stuck there for a while. Oh, hello. And now Wipperman. In modern times, you can attack the curbs. In this one, you don't want to. They are brick walls. They are not curbs. They are brick walls. Oh, second gear was maybe a bit of a mistake. Probably keep it in third through there. Next time round. Same as this one, go wide, then try and cut it back, and out the entry to the first part of Brunchen. And this next corner is the Brunchen in question. affectionately known now as YouTube Corner. I don't know what it'd be called back in the day, VHS Corner, where you buy your VHS tapes of an old 80s Morris or an old 70s Morris Marina, rolling it there. That's old school auto addiction for you. I love sliding this car around. The steering wheel is simply a suggestion. As we head over the jump, much less severe that jump now than nowadays. That Porsche goes very slowly. Is he going to have a big lift here? Yes, he is. You've got to try and predict where the AI are going to be slow, because they like to just lift in random parts and it can really catch me out. Like there. Big lift for absolutely no reason whatsoever, and we get speared off into the grass. Luckily, there's a little gap we can rejoin into, and I really can't see as the sun has started to set here at the Nordschleife, and the great bright blue of the sky has turned to a bright, fierce orange as the sun starts to set below the horizon. And just look at that for a view in the mirrors. The setting sun, German scenery, and a Porsche and a Corvette going too wide. We're going to turn our headlights on now so we can try and see a bit better. And now onto the Dottinger we go. And this is where our power disadvantage is really going to get shown up. I'm just going to stick to the left here and watch them Corvettes absolutely fly by. But saying that, I think there's a couple of Porsches behind me which are blocking said Corvettes. But I think here comes one. Yes, he does. He's on our side. He's in our slipstream. You ain't going left, mate. You're going to have to go right. And there he goes to our right. And he's just flying past us like we're standing still. And now bridge. That was 250, 260 Ks carrying into there. This is so much fun. And now Tiergarten, hard on the brakes. Not too hard, though. So bumpy around it. So easy to lock a wheel. Oh, missed second gear there. The green number 2 decides to biff us a little bit, and that is lap 1 completed. The sun is really starting to set now. I think it has set below the horizon. All that's left for us is a pink smudge in the bottom of the sky, but it's getting darker and darker by the second. Down to second gear, turn it in, dab with the brakes, and now just ease it through here. Use that camber on the inside, but don't touch that curb. It will spit you off. All Porsche opens up the inside, and we get a very nice exit, and now we can sit in the slipstream while we have it of that Corvette ahead of us. Just saying that Corvette has, that Porsche on our left has a nice little run. Check the mirrors, he can't be seen. Oh, I think we've just managed to get ahead. Oh, that's very late on the brakes, down to second gear. Come on. But shall we now talk about, now we've completed the first lap, shall we now talk about this circuit and the job that AMS2 and Razor Studios have done? They have done an absolutely perfect job on this circuit. They have so accurately represented what it would feel like, what it would be like to drive the Nordschleife back in the day, and doing it going into the night. AMS2 for me has its drawbacks. Definitely the way the cars drive, the way the cars feel, the force feedback's a little bit soupy, as I like to describe it, not too much detail. But where AMS2 absolutely shines and outshines every other sim, it's the pure immersion factor, especially in VR. You can forgive the bad driving, you can forgive the bad force feedback, because when you're in VR, this sim absolutely comes alive. The way the cars sound, the way the cars look, the lighting. I think AMS2 has the best lighting of any simulator out there, except maybe ACC. It's the only thing that can hold a candle, or sorry, hold a flame. Excuse my voice break there. It's the only thing that can hold a flame to this simulator. And just look at the detail in the crowds. They're standing there, they've got bonfires, they got their barbecues going, they got their dinner cooking, they got a can of beer in their hand, and I'm sure you reach out and hold out your hand, you can go and grab one off of them. Just needed a bit of breather there. Nearly missed fifth gear. Just look at the cars storming up the hill, and we are really in the pitch black now. There is absolutely nothing you can see in the distance, just silhouette. the silhouettes of trees, the silhouettes of barriers and cars in the distance. A few clouds in the sky. Then in between the clouds you can see the stars. Somewhere around there is the moon, but I ain't hanging around looking for that. But just look how cool that is to the left of us. The campsites, the camper vans. They have done such an awesome job with this version of the circuit, and you really get a feel for what it would be like, and it is terrifying. It is absolutely terrifying, but in the same way, it is absolutely glorious, and I have not had as big of a grin on my face as I've had for many a time driving anything in a simulator. And just to top it all off, the way this car sounds, the glorious air-cooled flat six. Come on, car, work with me here, don't work against me. The steering is simply a suggestion for where you want to go. You say to the car, can I go left here? And the car goes, maybe, maybe not, maybe. Shall I go left? Well, while I'm deciding, we just give you a massive dose of oversteer, make you wrestle the car, hold on for dear life, and poo yourself. And then it'll go, actually, no, I don't want to go left. I actually want to go right. At which point you have to gather it up and suggest the car turn all once again. Cool. Now we have gapped the cars behind. There's a big train of cars up ahead. We've got a little bit of clear air here. See if we can try and use that to our advantage and gain up the hill. Yeah, it likes to be a little bit lifty through here and lift in places where they don't need to. But we've got one hell of a run on that Corvette. But we're not even going to get side by side before the torque and the power around thing, especially coming up the hill here. Oh, big lift. Takes over. We're going to take fifth gear, rev this thing completely out as he taps the brakes. That's going to send us left. Come on, give me the space, give me the space, give me the space. Don't force it on the grass. He forces us on the grass. And now bravery. Again, I'm just going to hold back here, I think. Let them fight it out. You get a slight run on them Corvettes, but there's just absolutely no way you can go. As he brakes, the whole cockpit is illuminated red. That is what I love. That's just what I absolutely love about AMS2. The way that this, the way that it just looks. Now, come on, let's see if we can try and gain some positions in the second half of this lap. He thinks about to move up the inside into the carousel. We go wide. We just managed to keep it in. Come on, Corvette, get a move on. We need to get you past this American liveried Porsche. Or I'll do it myself. Is he still there on our outside? Yes, he is. Which means he's going to have the inside here, but luckily he manages to just about back out of it. God, the backfire sounds there. Come on, man, get a move on. Places to beat, races to win. Racing at night in the Nordschleife is such an experience. All your reference points completely change. Whoa. So if I just concentrate for a second through here, every time I come through here, you can just see into the distance the crowd, the camper vans, the silhouettes of the trees in the German countryside. Especially in your mirrors, that's where it sticks out for me the most. You just don't get this in other sims. iRacing has absolutely nothing on the immersion of the sights and just the beauty of AMS2. Why don't I drive this sim more? This is actually, I believe, the first video I've ever made on this channel in AMS2, and I think this is going to become my new addiction, just AMS2 in VR. This absolutely blows Assetto Corsa out of the water, and Assetto Corsa, of course, very old game now. This is very new on the new Unreal Engine. But even with all the custom shaders patch and mods and graphics that you can do to Assetto Corsa, this just looks so much better, and the immersion that it offers. And I am working up an absolute sweat right now in the VR headset. It's not cold either outside. As you can tell, I'm getting a little bit thirsty. I'm going to have to try and take a drink down the back straight, I think. And try not to bin it when we do. Through. Oh. Trying to spin it here. Come on, there we go. There's a big, big, big crest in the middle of those two corners that you don't get in real life. Well, sorry, you don't get in the modern circuit. And now, once again, pin it down the back straight. Try and find my drink. There it is. There we go. Drink acquired. And just look at that gaggle of cars up ahead in the slipstream of this Porsche, 250 k's. But here comes a Corvette. Oh, absolutely flies past us. Doesn't want to fly past the Porsche though. And that bridge just going to back off here. Oh, the sound of this car on the overrun is absolutely glorious. And now we're just going to back it off nice and early into Tiergarten. The second part of this corner is so much tighter than it is now, and it comes to you so much quicker. And now one more lap to go. One more lap to try and make up these positions, and oh, what a sight this is to come across the start-finish line along the pit straight there. Makes you feel like the hero of an action movie. It makes you feel like Ken Miles driving at Le Mans in Ford versus Ferrari. It's just the way this immerses you is absolutely off the scale. I am having such fun right now. I urge you, if you have AMS2, go and do this. Buy this DLC. I don't even care if you're poor and starving. You have to do this. And drive these cars. The F1 cars are great around here, but oh, there's just something so appealing about an old school GT car, especially one that sounds as good as this. I nearly did it in the Corvette, but the Porsche fanboy in me wouldn't let me. I just love old school Porsches, especially in some of these Martini liveries that we have on the circuit today. Right, come on, one more lap to go, another 8-9 minutes. Oh, it's very tentative into there. Got to try and gain time, not lose it, but I don't want to bin it now. But what this is giving me is respect. Absolute respect for the drivers that did this back in the day. I'm doing 3 laps, and they had to do hundreds, multiple hundreds in the night in real life, when I'm talking about the walls and the hedges terrifying me, but they genuinely terrified them. If I crash, I could just restart. Drivers in real life, they don't get that second chance, and what it gives me is just the respect that these drivers, these heroes deserve. And I mean, even now, the Nordschleife is not a safe circuit, but this is far from being anything compared. I mean, I am out of breath, and just from the violentness of it and the rawness of it and the concentration that you have to have as they go very, very spicy into Schreienkreuz. Thought about maybe taking a move up the inside. We're going to go wide, try and get a cutback on exit, which we don't get. But yeah, just driving everything. The manual gearbox, having to heel toe on the downshifts, driving one-handed for half the lap. It really takes it out of you. Oh, I didn't mean to send that there. I didn't mean to send that there, but it seems to have worked. Whoa, double overtake in the middle of Foxhole. Well, that's certainly a new one on me. I did not mean to send that there, but the bump maybe brakes so much later. And now we're back onto the back of the Martini and the Lotto Porsches that we were fighting earlier in the race. Oh God, get off the grass. Oh no, that's not gone well. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. Held. I was like bashing my mic there. Sorry if you heard that. God, I'm pushing so hard right now. Again, through Piff Paff. And now it seems to me that the pitch black of night is turning into a royal blue. Certainly seems to be getting a little bit brighter out here. Definitely seems to be the case. I think the sun is coming back. And we are going to be greeted with a massive fireball, I think, very soon. Gapping the Corvette behind us, which is really nice to see. Exmoor, so steep. Old school guard tower on the outside of the circuit there. And it is definitely turning into a royal blue of dawn now, just as you see into the hills in the distance. And here we go. The sun is coming back. And I can just about start to see again. And I think this is going to be one beautiful next 5 minutes. Let's watch these Porsches ahead. Got to try and predict where they're going to lift. He's going to lift about here. There he goes. This yellow one. Oh, they're too wide already. I was going to try and send it there, but I didn't have the gap. Quick downshift to fourth. Now, bravery. Come on. Be brave, be brave, be brave. Oh, too much bravery needed there for me. And there is a definite pink smudge in the sky. Cheeky little double overtake. Come on. And that is no longer a pink smudge. That is the sun well and truly rising in the distance. And just look at the colour of that sky. That is absolutely gorgeous, mesmerising, beautiful, every positive adjective that you can think of. But we haven't got time to think about that. And it's that the morning mist descended upon the Nordschleife. Come on, got to try and find a way past this Porsche before the next ones get to us. There we go. And how cool is that? How genuinely cool is that? I didn't even know AMS2 even had that, but the mist, the morning mist, as the track starts to warm up and the water starts to evaporate. That is... Okay, I did not know that AMS2 had that in place. Wow, I am genuinely blown away right now. How utter freaking cool is that? Everything is simulated. Oh, little biff on the 22. Come on. And the grass just looks so much greener in the morning light as we plough through the mist, which I think has just about started to lift. And in our mirrors, the sun is shining bright above the horizon now. And I think we're going to get a little bit of a treat as we round over this crest. What a view. What a morning. What a race. What a track. What a DLC. Everything. I've completely forgotten how bad that the force feedback is because I'm so immersed on the driving. Can't see anything in that left-hand mirror. It's just sunlight. God, I wish I could add another 360 laps to these 3 laps, but unfortunately it's just the 3 for us today. And the sun is now shining beautifully in the distance. It is a crisp morning here at the Nordschleife. We only have a few more corners to go. Can we get to the front of this pack? I don't think we can, or if we were in second gear we might have a run up the inside into the second carousel. Force the Corvette wide, force him very wide. That's going to leave us very vulnerable to attack from this number 11. And the sun is high in the sky now. Number 11 still on our inside. Come on. One more straight to go. Come on. You and me work together here. Let's block this Corvette. He ain't getting through. There he is. He's stuck well into our mirrors. 5th gear. 245. 250 Ks. 8,500 RPM. Engine singing to its absolute heart's content. It's a drag race to the line. You and me, Mr. Number 11. We're still too wide. We're still too wide. How awesome is this? It's going to be a race to the finish. He's going to back out of it. How late do I dare brake? Make it about here. Maybe a bit later than that. Corvette looks for one. Oh, double overtake. It's a rude one with 4 wheels sliding. No, we get biffed by the Corvette. Come on. Oh, we're going to lose some more positions than we gained. Drag race to the line between me and the Corvette. Who's going to get it? Oh, the Corvette got him. Got me right at the end there. Oh my god. What an experience. What an experience. Wow. What else do I have to say there about that? That was absolutely brilliant. Going through the night. Yeah. Wow. 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 And we come across the line. Where do we finish there? We finished 16th, so we actually finished right where we started after all of that. But, wow. Yeah. Absolutely amazing. Well, there we are, chat. I am now one big puddle of sweat in this seat, but that was absolutely awesome to experience. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video, watching this video, as much as I've enjoyed making it. Apologies for any stutters or whatever that may have occurred during that video. I was so excited, but sweating and concentrating so much that the commentary lacked a little bit. But yeah, AMS2. I have given a lot of hate before to AMS2, but after doing that, I'm completely blown away, and I really need to experience what else AMS2 has to offer. If there's anything that you can suggest, any combinations that you want me to check out, please put them in the comments below. Yeah, all that's left for me to say is thank you very much for watching. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'm going to go either have a shower or do some more driving of that. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. See you later, boys.